Guys, my name is Julia. Welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to see you here. I hope you're having a wonderful day so far, and in today's video I'm filming something really fun, and that will be my Colourpop wishlist eyeshadow palettes edition. Colourpop is a really fun, affordable brand, and they have a lot of absolutely wonderful stuff, and eyeshadow palettes are by far my favorite from them. And yeah, so we're gonna start with palettes, and then in the future I'm gonna do like my lipstick wishlist from Colourpop and like my face products wishlist from Colourpop. But today we're doing eyeshadow palettes, and basically what's gonna happen, I'm gonna pop up a picture right here so you guys can see the palette and the color scheme, but I'm actually gonna look like down here at my laptop and describe the colors and tell you guys why I like that particular palette. So if you're curious, please continue watching, and if you like what you see, if you like the content, please consider hitting that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. And without further ado, let's just dive straight into it. So what I'm doing right now is I'm scrolling through the Colourpop website, and when I see a palette that I really like and that I want to buy, I'm just clicking on it, and whichever palette is the first, that's what I'm gonna talk about. So this is in no particular order, but the first palette is Play Jewel. And what I love about this palette specifically is the amount of shimmers that we have. I would really want a palette with a lot of colorful shimmers, and we have green shimmers, blue shimmers, some pinky red shimmers, but we also have some like neutrals mixed in there. I think that this palette is really cute and it's really fun. I can definitely see a lot of looks that you can come up with, and overall I feel like this is a nice holiday palette, but you can also use it beyond the holiday time. I just really like it, and I know it's one of their big palettes, and it's a little bit more expensive than obviously like the smaller ones, but still $34 for this kind of eyeshadow palettes with great quality. I feel like that's a reasonable price. Moving on, again, I'm just scrolling. This is Lush Life. I feel like this palette is a lot of people's favorite palette from Colourpop from this year. Love the tropical vibes on the palette, on the packaging. And then the color scheme is just absolutely stunning. Like we have those like really pretty jewel tones, blues and greens, and we also have this like warm tones, oranges and stuff that scream summer. Shimmers in here just like blowing my socks off. I can definitely understand why people were losing their minds over this palette. And what I'm seeing on the website right now is that it's actually like $5 right now, and there's no sale going on. I don't know if that means that it's gonna get discontinued pretty soon, but yeah, I would definitely get this palette, and it's probably gonna be like among the first ones that I'm actually gonna get. Next up we have this one. This is the Witching Hour. This was part of their Hocus Pocus collection of this year. They also did the Hocus Pocus collection last year, and they is discontinued right now, but they brought it back with the new collection. This palette, I feel like at this moment in time, this palette has almost every like shade that I want. Like that middle row of shimmers is honestly like all of the shimmers that I want color scheme wise, and then we have the bottom row full of those like deeper colors to deepen out the outer corner, and those like light nudie shades to use in our crease. Yeah, I feel like overall this palette is very cohesive. Allow that we can do a really like fancy party look with it, but we can also keep it really neutral for every day. I feel like this palette is really cool, and I would probably also buy it like in the first order. And also like the Super Shocks that Colourpop released with this palette in this collection, they're like, oh my god, like they're to die for. And yeah, I'm definitely picking up the Super Shocks from this collection as well, from the Hocus Pocus collection of 2021. Okay, next up. Some time ago this year, Colourpop did a collab with NBA, and they released I think 6 palettes, and each palette represented a certain basketball team. At first, when they released it, I didn't really care for this collab. I didn't really care about the past. Like, I thought the color story was cute, but I wasn't particularly interested, but then I actually found this YouTuber, saw her swatches, and those swatches basically sold those palettes for me. There's one palette that I'm not really interested in just because I have similar shades, but the other 5 I'm really interested in. But among those 5 palettes, I think 3 of them I just want for like 1 or 2 shades. I'm kind of telling myself that, you know, July is not really realistic to buy a whole palette for just 1 shade. But you know, let's just pretend that we're in an ideal world and we can buy everything. I'm gonna include them here, but I'm gonna mention the shadows that really sell in the palette for me. Okay, so this first palette I'm gonna show you guys is this one. It's called Golden State Warriors. I know nothing about basketball. This palette is called Golden State Warriors. And I really like this color story mainly because it's blue and it has this yellow, so I like those 2 shades right here. It's Ukrainian flag. I'm from Ukraine, and I feel like I know I watch football. I feel like to have those colors would be really cool to, like, you know, do a makeup and the team is playing and all that stuff. I like the color story in this one and I would probably pick it up. And then this one called Los Angeles Lakers. This is honestly like such a cool color story. Yellow and purple are in my top 3 favorite colors of all time. Yeah, I feel like this color story just like speaks to me, and again, the swatches were beautiful. I don't have much to say about this palette except I absolutely love the color story, and yeah, I'm gonna get this palette sometime in the future. Now this one. This is Chicago Bulls. Red is my all-time favorite color. I mean, I have a red chair and then I have those like red bookshelves up there. I don't know, red just gives me a lot of confidence and it just gives, you know, a confident, powerful woman. I just love the energy of the color red. I love the palette when I look at it, but I loved it even more after I saw the swatches. I have like that dark red in the middle and then a more of like bright kind of coral type of red, and then those like dark shades on the bottom row. They look absolutely stunning, and yeah, this color story is just, it's like, it's giving me like Aries and Scorpio vibes, you know. I love it. I'm not an Aries and I'm not a Scorpio, but I love those colors. Next palette is Boston Celtics, and this is the palette where I want to get this just for that middle green shade. I collect green eyeshadows, so any type of green that I see, I want it in my collection, and yeah, that's why like this palette, like I would buy it just for that green shade. It looked amazing on the swatch. None of those colors like fascinate me that much, but that middle green shade. And yeah, this is like not very realistic, so maybe I'll like opt out from buying this palette, but maybe it's just gonna be like the very last palette that I get from Colourpop. But nonetheless, I feel like if you don't have a lot of greens in your collection, this palette is really cute. You have like 4 greens there, but you also have like the neutral shades, you know, balance it out. Overall, I think it's a nice palette, but you know, I have other green eyeshadows and maybe I don't really need it, but I want it, so. Then this palette right here is Dallas Mavericks. This palette right here, even like the green appeals to me more than this one, but this one has the prettiest shade of cornflower blue type of color that I've ever seen. That color just like spoke to my soul. I'm not the biggest fan of like the overall color scheme, but that shade, oh man. If that shade is like that in real life, I'm gonna use it. And I'm not a fan of blue eyeshadow, so. Next up is the Aha Honey. That was their yellow palette, you know, from their like rainbow collection. That wasn't really a collection. They came out with those palettes like one at a time, but the initial palettes were like all rainbow colors. This yellow palette, I know from like the reviews that it's not everyone's favorite, no, in the beauty community, but those colors just speak to me. Yellow is my second favorite color, so. And again, I'm like looking at the swatches. It has this like really pale gold shade and then this like bright yellow gold shade and those like yellow mattes with some browns. I feel like people were complaining about the pigmentation, but I mainly want this palette for the shimmers. Not gonna lie, like mattes are great and I'm gonna use a couple of them, but I mainly want that palette for the shimmers. It's definitely gonna be in my order one day. This is One and Only. This palette, wine stained colors, maroons, dark reds, all the stuff. I love that vibe. And like the color scheme, just like it does things to me. Like it does things to me. It's so sultry and sexy. And yeah, I want this palette. This palette will be among the first ones that I buy from Colourpop. Just, oh my god. I love the sultriness and love how deep it goes and those red shimmers, and oh my god. I love it. Definitely get in this palette. Then the next palette, Blue Moon. This palette I like don't want like too much, but I've heard amazing reviews on this palette, and I'm not a fan of blue eyeshadow, but I heard such good things about this palette that I feel like no, maybe this palette will be the one that changes my mind. And I love trying new things, so that could be worth it. I love that this palette has a wide variety of blues. You know, you have dark blues and those like kind of like aqua blues. You know, you have a bunch of shimmers that are very different from each other, and the mattes are different too. You know, you have really light ones and really dark ones. I feel like they really did a fantastic job with like choosing the colors for this palette, and maybe this palette will make me fall in love with blue eyeshadow. So eventually I will get it. I want to get it. The next one is Orange Glad. I don't wear orange eyeshadow enough. I feel like every time I wear like an orange shimmer, I'm like, I want more orange in my collection, and this palette is a monochromatic orange palette. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Next palette is this one, the Tinkerbell palette. It's called Sprinkle Little Magic. I just call this palette the Tinkerbell palette. This color scheme is amazing. Again, it's greens. I collect green eyeshadow. I just cannot seem to have enough of green eyeshadow. I want them all. I love the color story, love the variety of greens that we have here. Neutral, like dusty, mouse, like those colors are my type of colors, the neutral ones. Yeah, I feel like I will get a lot of use out of this palette. And we're gonna finish off with astrology collection. Some time ago, Colourpop came out with those quads based on zodiac signs, and I'm gonna tell you guys which ones I like. I really love astrology. I feel like it's really fascinating. This collection was super fun. I wouldn't say like I'm a fan of like all of those quads, but I definitely like really love some of them, so I'm gonna show you guys which ones I want to buy. The first one is The Secret Life of a Scorpio. This palette, it's so like, again, like burgundy, dark and sexy, and I love this. Like they freaking nailed the Scorpio vibe. And again, I heard wonderful things about the quality. That like burgundy matte shadow, amazing. I need this, I want this. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. Find myself all of my favorite things. My loss is forward. You like my hair? Two things. Just bought it. I see it, I like it, I want it, I got it. The next one is the Bold and the Aries. I want that one for that coral shimmer up top. And I love a good dark brown, so I love this palette. And Aries people are the most inspiring people who inspired me the most in my life have been Aries people. If you're an Aries, hit me up. I'm also a fire sign, we're gonna get along. Next up, Never Tore Us Apart. I love these stones. I love those like kind of like gold greenish type of shimmers. Then the like khaki jade toned green that we have on the bottom. I love this palette. I love the vibes, like the cohesiveness of it. I feel like for the quad, nailed it. The last one is Sagittarius in Flight. I have a lot of Sagittarius energy in my chart, and Sagittarius people are definitely in my top 3 favorite signs. Like I don't judge people based on their zodiac sign. Like if you're a genuine kind human being, we're gonna be friends, you know, regardless of, you know, your sign, your chart, like anything like that. But like of course I have my preference when it comes to sign, and I get along really well with Sagittarius people. And I love this color scheme. I love how bright that like red eyeshadow is, and then the gold one, and those like more like neutral leaning colors at the bottom. Like I love this palette and I want it. And yeah, so those were all of the palettes that I want to buy from Colourpop as of right now. Comment down below if there were any palettes that you would like to get, and if you have those palettes, how do you like them? I would really appreciate all the information. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I wish you a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. Please stay healthy, stay safe, hold your loved ones close, be a nice human being, always follow your dreams, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!